As we explore Tartarus, this will be our temporary base of operations. I'm counting on you. Talk to your allies to check their status or change their equipment. Oh, Akihiko didn't come. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna save real quick. Now, first things first, I do want to, before we start exploring, go over some important things you need to know about how the battle mechanics work. So we're gonna go ahead and go into our menu here and take a look at our persona. We can look at our Orpheus, sure, why not? So, first things first, down at the bottom, you can see our list of skills. We can hold up to 8 of them at once. And you can think of skills like moves and Pokemon. I'm going to be using a lot of Pokemon analogies because I imagine most of my audience probably, knows Pokemon, but may not necessarily know Persona. Regardless, though, so we can hold up to 8 skills. Skills in this game have interestingly Japanese names, and it's just kind of like getting familiar with them to figure out what they do. Like Agi, for instance, is actually just the basic name for the fire attack. Thankfully, though, these sort of elemental attacks have a structure to their naming system, as classic JRPGs kind of had at the time. And to kind of lightly go over it, the basic just name of the attack, Agi in this case, is just a single target light damage attack. It's like the basic of the most basic. And then if you start adding suffixes onto it, like la or ga, it kind of changes depending on what attack it actually is. Then that indicates it's going to be a medium damage attack. Or if you see something like a dine or a zine, that's a heavy damage attack. And then similarly, if you add a prefix to it, which is almost always ma, then that will be a multi-target attack. And then it can also have any of the suffixes applied to it, so you have a multi-target medium damage attack, or so on and so forth. This only really applies for the elemental skills: fire, ice, electric, and wind. That's just how it is. Don't ask me why. For light and darkness, though, the last two up there on the little top bar, those work a bit differently. Instead of being like normal attacks that you would think of, they're actually insta-kill moves, but they don't work on bosses, so don't get your hopes up. And they follow a naming structure, but it's not exactly the same. They still have the ma prefix for multi-target attacks, but instead of having like single or light damage, medium damage, heavy damage, it's low odds insta-kill or high odds insta-kill. And you can tell that by if the suffix has a own on the end of it, on. Cool. There's also navigator skills, so Mitsuru will have her own skills that we can kind of go over when we are in a battle. And then furthermore, our battle stats here. So you can see the persona has 5 stats: strength, magic, endurance, agility, and luck from top to bottom. And then as well as the fact that our actual main character has HP and SP, right? So HP and SP we already kind of talked about. It's of course just the classic health points and spiritual power or skill points or whatever the heck you want to call them. Now strength, going from top to bottom again, to be honest, there's a lot of conflicting info out there about what these stats actually do. So I'm going to tell you what I think they do, but kind of take it with a grain of salt. Strength seems to be used for basic attack damage, so your weapon, or physical skills. Physical skills being the trio on the left, slash, strike, or pierce. Magic is used for magic skills, which is the elemental skills, and then light and darkness. You can think of it kind of like physical attack and special attack in Pokemon. You got strength as your physical attack and magic as your special attack. And then endurance is used for defense against literally everything. There's no split, physical special split. And then agility supposedly is used for turn order, and then also accuracy and evasion. And luck finally is used for critical hit rate, and then possibly like secondary effect and ailment chances. Hard to say. And now getting into the affinities at the top that I was talking about, you know, your fire, your ice, whatever. From left to right, we have slash, strike, and pierce as the physical skills or attributes. You could call them like anything really, but I'll stick with affinities for right now. So those are your physical affinities. Your basic weapons will always have one of the physical affinities assigned to it based on the weapon type. And then there's also like certain persona skills like bash down there that can be used for physical skills. Those always cost HP to use. Then we also have our magic skills: fire, ice, electric, and wind. You know, we've already kind of talked about those. And then finally, of course, light and darkness. There's also a hidden mystery skill type, or affinity type, that we'll talk about when it crops up. Something else I do want to cover real quick is just critical hits and ailments and stuff like that. Critical hits actually cannot be inflicted with magic skills. They can only be inflicted with physical skills or your basic weapon, of course. So keep that in mind. And critical hits are nice because they do more damage, but they also will knock down the opponent. They'll give them the down ailment. And of course, the down ailment, it's like one of the most powerful in the game. Cool. Now, ailments themselves, there's a lot of them. I'm going to put up a little text blurb on screen to explain what I was able to uncover. Though, again, conflicting information. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. The big standouts here are down, like I said. Mainly because down, you basically are helpless when you're downed, and you take a full turn just to get up from it. So you if you get knocked down, your next turn you'll get up, and then that's the end of your turn. It's really debilitating. And you can get knocked down either by taking a critical hit or by having your weakness hit. Orpheus's weaknesses, electric and darkness. If he gets hit by any of those attacks, he'll get downed, right? So don't want that to happen to you. However, if you do get hit while you're in the down state, you will instantly be standing up again, and you don't have to waste your turn getting up. Small caveat. And then also, the other one I wanted to mention was shock and freeze, because those are kind of weird and interesting. They only last for one turn, they'll automatically cure on the next turn. But between now and then, at least with shock, it seems that you're guaranteed to receive a critical hit whenever you use a physical skill. Really, really nice. Don't underestimate shock and freeze. Freeze less so, evidently, but shock especially really good. And yeah, that's our basics here. Let's go ahead and we'll just stick with Orpheus right now, and we'll get going. The way I usually want to handle these Tartarus missions that I have here is I'm basically gonna cut around all the boring dungeon crawling stuff that isn't actually important, and I'll show you guys everything that is actually important for if you're trying to follow along, things that you need to keep in mind, things that you'll want to pick up, things like that. So let's get going. Are you ready? Yep.
By the way, I found out something else about Tartarus. A few floors up, there's a barricade preventing you from going any higher. The tower seems to have a number of these interspersed amongst its floors. I know I told you that the layout changes each day, but these barriers seem to be in fixed locations. Therefore, I'd like you to try and reach the first barricade. I'm counting on you.
Give me a moment, and I'll check to see what's beyond this floor. Oh? I detect a great source of power above you. It's still relatively far away, but keep your guard up nonetheless. Alright, well, we've already explored this floor, but of course it's going to be different because random procedural generation. And just like when we came here the first time, it's going to be a lot of just like randomly walking around. I think I actually want to try and pick up this chest. It's going to be a lot of either fighting or avoiding shadows, or it's going to be looting items, things like that. It doesn't really get any more complicated than that. Oh, I forgot I had the bow out.
One enemy detected. Strike first.
You know what? I'm just gonna hit it. I didn't think it was worth wasting SP on it. So there you go. That's a basic example of a battle. I'm gonna we're gonna talk about ooh, we aggroed that guy, but not a big deal. Our staircase is right here. I think we're just gonna move on. This whole place is like a maze. Even the access points seem to be randomly distributed. If you feel like you're in danger, don't hesitate to return. Yeah, you don't want to get into a lot of battles right now because we actually, even though we have the option to come here a lot, we don't actually come here all that often because it does eat into a lot of your free time to do so. And so we have to accomplish like quite a bit in these trips that we take. And so don't get into too many battles because you'll tire out and become tired. Not good. Yep. Seems that powerful foe above you is closer than I thought. If you don't think you're ready, then don't test your luck. Alright, let's take a little look-see here. You might be like, oh man, you're passing up on so many, so much loot. And while that's true, loot isn't like the end-all be-all, honestly. You can buy a lot of like healing items and things that you need in that regard. I detect 3 shadows in this floor's central area. They're not like the ones you fought before. If you're not ready to face them yet, then return to the entrance and reorganize. Alright, so we've hit our first, what I like to call a checkpoint floor. Is that? Excusez-moi, but can you have a look at that device near you? Yeah, so the gist with it is that there's no shadows, like free roaming shadows on the floor, but there is a guardian or a boss, like a mini boss of sorts, that is on the field in set locations. And then there's also these devices. And these are, you know, essentially like teleporters, whatever term you want to use for them, warp gates, slip gates. And now that we've activated our first one, we can come back to it and instantly be able to go up to any other ones that we have. So while you can't just like randomly return to whatever floor you want, you can kind of skip up to at least a checkpoint floor, which is nice. Whenever you come back to the Tartarus lobby here, the first floor, your entire party will be fully healed. Very, very nice to keep in mind, very helpful. I also recommend when you're on a checkpoint floor to always come down here and then save, because you never know what's going to happen. All right, now at this point, we're actually going to take on that boss that is on that floor, and you're going to want a bow. That's why we bought one back in the police station. You can, if you did not buy one, get one from shuffle time or from common chests on like the fourth floor, for example. You can just keep going up here and running through the floors. All the loot will be reset. There will always be more shadows. I would caution against trying to go for shadow grinding, just because again you don't want to get tired. But trying to like grind chest loot until you get a bow is certainly feasible. Even if you think that that's too much, if you're not on hard, you could probably get away with it, but your life might be a little bit more miserable. I detect 3 shadows. They're not like the ones you fought before. If you're not ready to face them yet, yeah. And here they are. There's 3 of them. Yeah, this game doesn't mess around when it comes to its bosses. You'll see. You can win. I'm certain of it. That did not sound confident, Mitsuru.
The enemy is stronger than you're accustomed to. Proceed with caution.
Alright, here's the deal with these guys. And also, I'm going to take the opportunity to explain our navigator. They're called tactics, but these are also the navigator skills. So we can analyze, which is actually something you want to do on basically every enemy that you come across. And then request help, of course, is something you have to do outside of battle. Or not outside of battle, sorry. This is if you've split up the party and you're fighting something without your full party, you can request help from someone else and they'll come over and join the fight. Analyze, though, we can use it here, or we can come in and press L1 and be able to...
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
You know, it's essentially a shortcut to be able to analyze the enemy. Now, that will tell us some information about the enemy once it actually goes through. But I will spoil it for you right now. So, these guys are weak to pierce, which is what bows do, and that's why we got them. Let's actually check the turn order right now. So Yukari goes third and Junpei goes last. That's really nice. We can actually stun lock these guys by knocking them down with pierce. Yeah, pierce. Ew. Pierce. And then just not letting them get up. Junpei, we can let him do whatever he wants for the most part, because he goes last. But Yukari, we're gonna want to actually assign her to the one that goes second, because she goes after it. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go yeah, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna go bam.
A wisely chosen attack. One more.
It's weak, of course, and then we'll go bam.
A wisely chosen attack. Get him.
And then we'll go bam.
You struck the enemy's weak point. Here's a chance. Let's get him.
And so this is our use case for a relent. If we relent from this, they won't automatically get up because we've hit them, right? And now they'll have to use their turn to get up. So protagonist Kun here, we can you know, like, actually I probably do want to switch to Pixie in this particular instance. It's kind of hard to say. I'm just gonna say it's Orpheus right now. If I had skills that didn't actually hurt the enemy, I could use those, but unfortunately I don't. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna wait. That one will get up because it went second. Yukari will knock it back down.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack.
We could all-out attack the end, but of course we're gonna relent.
So. This thing won't give up. Prepare to be attacked.
And then the other two will get up. The analysis went through. We know its name. That's it. These are Venus Eagles. Yeah, I know, not very impressive. Mitsuru really doesn't do well against boss enemies in terms of analysis.
That one just won't die.
It's unfortunate, but it's true. But thankfully, once you've analyzed an enemy, you can analyze them again for free, and she'll just remind you of what the analysis was. And these are also permanent, so against like regular shadows that we'll see multiple times, once you analyze them once, they'll stay analyzed forever. We're of course going to knock all these guys back down. And this is the strategy that we incorporate for fighting bosses in Tartarus for the most part, is you just exploit their weakness, keep them knocked down, and that's it. That's like the full what everything revolves around in combat.
The enemy's already recovered.
Now, something else with the Venus Eagle, because the game doesn't tell us, they actually block wind, light, and darkness, and they absorb fire. So, absorb meaning that they will actually heal if you try to use that skill on them. Block, of course, just means that they take no damage. It's like an immunity in Pokemon. And then there's also the ability for shadows or for your own persona to reflect a certain affinity. And in that case, you actually just like deal the damage back to them. So that's pretty useful. Alright, so at this point, I could try trusting Yukari to knock them down. I might actually try that and see what she does. We'll set you to act freely and we'll see what you do. I'm gonna knock these guys down and then we'll all attack. And if we're lucky, Yukari will knock them both down. We gotta do it at least once, right? Okay, we defeated one of them. Oh, well, she missed. Okay. But it also attacked her, which is very lucky for us, because she, of course, resists wind. So, this battle went really well. Of course, we're on normal. Normal battles aren't the end of the world.
You have the potential to grow even stronger.
And we got some Empress's Mask ×3. And we leveled up. Orpheus probably leveled up, yeah. And yeah, that's the gist of how battles go in Tartarus. It's basically everything you need to know. And after I win a checkpoint boss like this, I usually like to go back down to the first floor and save again, and also just heal. But we also are going to be climbing more floors, so... Alright, we're back on the checkpoint floor. I actually switched Makoto back to his sword. I tend to prefer it rather than the bow, and we don't really need the bow anymore, so... Onward and upward, I do suppose. Hold on. The shadows on this floor are a bit different than the ones you faced thus far. Proceed with caution. Oh yeah, sometimes Mitsuru will chime in like that. And usually it's just kind of like a... her letting you know that like some random effect happened on the floor. Ooh, okay, that was close. And there's like any number of random effects that can happen. I don't even know all of them. But if we ever encounter them, I'll clue you in. I think that this one... You know, I don't know what this one is, I'll be honest. There's a chest over there, we'll just leave it be for right now. And now that we've kind of gone over the basics... Wait. There it is again! I detect a powerful foe above you. It's still relatively far away, but be careful as you work your way upward. Now that we've gotten through the basics, I'll be cutting out a lot more of this, so... I'll see you guys when I find something interesting. Are you alright? Don't push yourself too hard. The powerful enemy I mentioned before is getting closer. If you're not at full strength, then just return for today. You're getting very close to that powerful enemy I detected earlier. I believe it's on the next floor. Be careful.
It seems to have multiple weaknesses.
Alright, I analyzed a cowardly Maya that we ran into, and this is what a normal analysis looks like on non-guardians, right? We get their level, their max HP, their max SP, and what their affinities are. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we've actually encountered a new shuffle time card. That sword looking thing on the right there is actually a weapon. This is one of those things that could give you a bow, for instance, or there's like a set pool of weapons that they'll give you. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. Obtained imitation katana. So this is not going to be good. I'll tell you that much right now, but...
Yes! My skill level has increased! Da-da-da-da! Junpei is leveled up!
Everyone leveled up, though. Oh, all this just for... okay.
One enemy detected. Strike first.
Alright, well... So I ran into a singular, like, small shadow, and we ran into this thing. This is actually a quite tough enemy. It could honestly body us quite well. I guess I'll see what ends up happening. I'm gonna analyze it, of course, but also what am I gonna hit it with? I guess I'm just gonna use a physical attack. Something I haven't mentioned about like these basic attacks with your weapons is that they have the chance to miss. And if you miss with a physical attack like this with your basic weapon, then you'll also get downed automatically by doing that. Bows or just long-range weapons in general can't knock you down after missing, which is really nice. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna Augie it. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't kill us. Oh, I missed. Well. Yeah, weak to wind, but we don't have wind on our own. Yukari does, though, and hopefully Yukari will start using it. Usually if you analyze something, the AI kind of clues into weaknesses and stuff like that. Oh my god.
Couldn't finish it off.
Oh, Yukari, please. Yukari, please. I could heal myself. That's probably the best use of my... Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. We can afford 1% switch per turn. There we go. Oh, it missed. Haha. That's an example of a basic attack missing. Alright, it's very close. Very, very close to being dead. I'm just gonna hit it. Oh, good job, Junpei. Yeah. I wish Yukari would have actually knocked it down. Actually, she might not have Garu right now. That might be the problem. Let's actually check, because I'm curious now. Check status. You're level 4. You don't. You get it next level. Well, there you go. That's our problem. No, it's fine. All that for a disc poison. Those are useful to have, but I detect 3 shadows in this floor's central area. Once again, you'll be facing a new type of enemy, so stay alert. Yep, another checkpoint floor. And You can see there's 3 guys down there. Let's, of course, go back and heal and save. Alright. So, we're gonna fight these guys. You're gonna want to have Orpheus equipped for this. And otherwise, make sure you save and all that stuff. Let's see how this goes. You can win, I'm certain of it. You say that every time.
It must be guarding this area. It's strong, so be careful.
Alright, now you're gonna, of course, analyze.
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
These guys are weak to strike. And Bash just happens to be a strike damage move. Let's take a little look at our... Alright, so Junpei does go second, but do I trust him to knock everyone down? I guess the only way to know is to find out. They all go last, actually. That's not exactly ideal for us. I think what we'll end up doing is we're gonna put Yukari on heal support, and we'll put we'll just let Junpei act freely for right now. We'll see what he ends up doing with all these guys.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
Sacrificing all of our HP.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
Bonk.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
Here's our chance. Let's get him.
Alright, Junpei. I realize that we haven't actually properly analyzed yet, but it'd be nice if you could knock them all down. Oh, nice. That was straight up just a critical hit. Well,
Couldn't finish it up.
so much for that. Thanks for using Dia on me. I appreciate it. Oh. No good. Alright. So even though the, oh, that's not good. Oh, I died too. If the protagonist dies, then the game just instantly is like game over. But if anyone else dies, it's fine. Death is not a hunter unbeknownst to its prey. One is always aware that it lies in wait. Though life is merely a journey to the grave and must not be undertaken without hope. Only then will a traveler's story live on, treasured by those who bid him farewell. But alas, my guest's life has now ended, his tale left unwritten. And that's why we save. The bosses just can, like, one-tap you pretty easily. Alright, we're gonna try this again. We'll see if we get better turn order. Sometimes, luck of the draw is kind of what you need. We could level up some more, but where's the fun of that? No. Okay.
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
So instead of all out attacking, I could leave them knocked down. And then I could assign target to, let's say, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. It could be any of them. But let's say we assign target to this guy.
Fine.
And then I'm gonna analyze again just in case.
I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
We're gonna try this different route.
You exploited the enemy's weakness.
I don't even know if Junpei actually has a strike attack.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going. A wisely chosen attack.
Here's our chance for an all-out. You
Lint.
say so.
And then I guess I am also going to attack the one that I told them to attack, which is that bottom left one. So I'll just go like this. Get some nice downed extra damage.
Damn. I couldn't finish it off.
I couldn't defeat it.
The enemy's already recovered.
Okay, there's our analysis.
Hey, are you all right?
Whoa.
The enemy's already recovered.
All right, Junpei's down. Not good, but we can't really do anything about that. So this is where, I mean, you know what we could have done? We could have told them to stand by and wait. That's kind of boring, but it's looking like we might need to do that. Put you on heal support. 7 HP. I'm gonna live on like 2 HP to do this, to knock them all down. And then I can heal myself after that. Yeah, we kind of have to do what we have to do here. As long as we don't miss.
A wisely chosen attack. One more.
It's just the opening we need.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going. The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
Relent.
If you say so.
Then persona change to Pixie. And then we can heal ourselves. And then he'll get up. Yukari will heal someone, probably Junpei. Yeah.
This is not good.
And then they'll all get up.
This is not good. The enemy's already recovered.
All right, now at this point, you know, one of them's gonna die this turn. The other two, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tell Junpei to do nothing. All right, fine. And then we'll let Yukari heal us this turn. Telling your allies to do nothing is always kind of a risk, because then if something goes horribly wrong, they're not going to be doing anything. Even though they probably should be doing something.
You attacked the enemy's weak point. One more.
Alright, this one should just die, right? Yep.
Here's our chance for an
Relent.
If you say so.
Then, call that good for right now. I'm gonna wait.
Hang in there.
And next turn, if we do an all-out attack, I think it should just kill them. So we're gonna risk that, I suppose. We gotta get everyone on act freely, though. And then... yeah, we're just gonna go for it.
Yes, the enemy is vulnerable. Attack.
Oh, I missed. Okay, well, there goes that. And of course he's gonna get that one back up.
That one just won't die.
Does a Yukari kill?
Lame.
Okay. Okay. That was surprisingly not as bad as it could have been. Yukari should just like heal herself on her own, unless she sees a kill. I would imagine. Knock this guy down.
Yes, the enemy is vulnerable.
Here's our
Attack.
chance for an all-out attack.
I think Junpei can clean it up if this thing lives. Oh my god, he missed. Oh.
Defeat it.
Oh, okay.
Takuba's down.
Yeah, that's not good. Good thing we have a revival bead. Our singular revival bead. I want Yukari to get the experience for this. Alright, Junpei. Good job.
Not bad, huh?
And what a battle. That shouldn't have been as hard as it was. I was avoiding just cheesing it. Okay. Another guardian down. Get these chewing souls. I think those restore SP. Gotta go heal and save again. Alright, now we are going to be getting to our next checkpoint floor here. Same as we've been doing. The shadows there seem different. If you think you're strong enough, you could split the party up and have everyone fight individually. It might be a little risky, but everyone will gain experience quicker. However, if the enemies are too tough, then it's better to stick together. Think carefully before you decide. The experience you gain when you win a battle will be shared amongst those in your battle party. So the fewer members you have, the more experience each will gain. However, the risk is higher. Consider the strength of your party members as well as your knowledge of the enemy before making any decisions. Yeah, well, in my opinion, the better way to do it is to just like only take like one person up into Tartarus at a time if you really want to like gain more experience per battle. Here's my 2 cents. Okay. I am gonna go this way. Something I haven't mentioned yet is that shadows cannot come up onto these like inclined areas or onto the staircase for that matter. So they're kind of like little safe zones. Here it is. Here's our new way up. We'll just take it. I detect a great source of power on the 14th floor. Be careful. Ooh, okay, we found a rare treasure chest here. I'm going to try and redirect this guy so that we can yeah, take him out and then not to worry about him. I want this rare treasure chest. Ooh. All right. Trance twins. I believe these guys are weak to Augie. They go fourth. Okay. We'll just deal with it. Oh, they took like a lot of damage from that. So much for analyzing it.
A complete victory. Great job.
Ooh, okay. So that card on the right is a death card. If you accidentally select that after, you know, the card shuffle, bad things happen. You do not want to do that. So don't get tempted by the money. But we do have a new persona that we can pick up, so we're gonna be getting that. But just like so, we got Angel. Okay, give me this chest. Rare chest. We got a magic mirror in it. That's pretty solid. Honestly, really good. Ooh. Yeah, 2 new ones. Magic Hand and Obsessed Cupid.
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
Alright, how do I want to handle this? Alright. I'll just do that. Perfect.
A complete victory. Great job.
Oh, another new persona. Let's pick that up. It's on the right. Aeschylus. We're getting personas like there's no tomorrow. You can combine the power of 2 personas to create a special skill known as a fusion spell. A fusion spell is very powerful, but you must have 2 personas in your arsenal to use it. One of those 2 personas must be assigned. Once you have used a fusion spell, it will appear in the menu. The conditions for using it will also be displayed. Try to discover as many fusion spells as you can. With Orpheus and Aeschylus' power, you are able to use cadenza. Yeah, Cadenza is pretty cool. It restores 50% HP to the entire party, and it gives you evasion up. It's pretty solid. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the
hit that guy,
Yes, the enemy is vulnerable. Attack.
and then this other one I will just normal attack it, I guess.
Only one more. Mon Annalise resulted in failure.
There we go.
Who's the man?
Rancid gravy, nice. Onward and upward. I detect a great source of power somewhere above you. It's stronger than the one I sensed before. Stay alert. Oh, we got another rare chest.
Two enemies detected. Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
I might just use Cadenza here.
A wisely chosen attack.
Awesome.
I'm just gonna use it. Just to show you. Isn't that cool? It uses a lot of resources, but... Oh my god, okay, Junpei.
Who's the man?
Yes! My skill level has increased.
Sorry, Junpei. Shirt of Chivalry. Okay, that's actually really nice. If I go into equip right here. Shirt of Chivalry, a traditional Japanese shirt for men, +1 magic, and it's got 46 defense. I'm taking that. And then look what happens. We change costumes. It's pretty silly. I'm just gonna go down here. We need to make our way out. Oh, there's a staircase right here. Perfect. I detect one shadow in this floor's central area. It's relatively strong, so be cautious. Okay. So, yeah, another checkpoint. However, we're not actually going to be fighting this one. That's going to be saved for a different trip. We've done enough boss fights for one expedition. Instead, this is where we do the fun part of getting some like personas and grinding for like certain items and stuff like that. So let me save and then we'll get into it. All right, so first up on our docket is we're going to go ahead and step into the Velvet Room. Ah, there you are. Welcome to the Velvet Room. Well, I suppose it's time for me to explain what I really do here. It is my job to create new personas. But in order to do so, I must fuse your persona cards together. In other words, I shall merge them into a single persona. The number of personas you have buried within you is approximately 170. We've never seen a visitor of this many possibilities before. If you establish social links, you may be able to create even stronger personas too. This should prove very interesting. So, as you accumulate cards, please bring them to me. How may I help you? Alright, yeah, we get the option to fuse personas, and of course that's what we came in here for. Talk. He will be able to explain, like, pretty much everything about fusion and all that junk. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. I've never actually read any of the stuff that he says, but I know enough to know that, you know, I can get accomplished what I need to get accomplished. The gist of it is that you can fuse either any 2 personas together with normal spread or any 3 together with triangle spread. So, for instance, if I wanted to, I could go Pixie plus Apsaris and get a Nekomata. And it says level 5. That is the level your character has to be able to actually like control it, or in this case fuse it as well. He'll be like, well, you're not strong enough to control this persona yet if you try. For example, on Aramitama here. So Nekomata, though, we're actually going to make that. And you can see that there's like a little green skill that it gets. That's its inherited skill. I actually think D is perfect for Nekomata here. If you wanted to, you could back out fully and then re-pick your the personas that you want to fuse, and it will like re-choose which skills to inherit. So if you're ever trying to like get specific skills, that's how you do it. You just keep like trying over and over again until you get the ones you want. D is perfectly fine though. Corresponding social link is at level 1. Let us see how much power this persona will receive from it. Is this persona acceptable? Yeah. I'm Nekomata. I guess I have no choice but to protect you. The classmate social link confuses Nekomata with power. Nekomata is about to level up. So yeah, your social links, depending on what rank they are, will kind of like give your fused personas of the same arcana bonus XP, which is pretty cool. We learned Provoke. Take that. The persona Nekomata has emerged from the sea of your soul. And yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it. How may I help you, Leave? I look forward to your next visit. Yeah, Persona Fusion gets, like, kind of crazy as it goes on. And there's, like, an insane table in the manual for the game that it comes with. That, like, shows you, like, which arcanas make which other arcanas. It's, like, the largest and grossest table I've ever seen in my life. But we have our Nekomata now. I mean, I might as well just equip it. It's gonna be better than whatever else I want to use, right? I also recommend that before you fuse any personas, that you always save before, like in between each fusion, before each fusion, because there are instances where your fusion can result in a fusion accident, and it's like just a completely different persona than whatever it is that you were trying to make. That, even though it's technically good, can obviously be very bad, especially if you're playing on hard. And so just having the ability to go back in time and rewind the clock is obviously very, very good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to grind for both experience and just items in general. So I'm going to kind of run through the first few floors here. Oh, so this is something new. You can see that little icon. That means that this little guy is distressed. And it's because we're so much higher level than him that he is not a happy camper. He'll run away from us and avoid trying to get into a battle.
One enemy detected.
So yeah, you can see that he's distressed. When he's distressed, that means that we basically will get a critical hit most of the time when we use physical attacks like that.
That was easy.
I'm beat.
Oh.
Fiori is fatigued. Shouldn't you return?
It's beginning. Guys, it's beginning. All right, let's take a little look at Junpei. I'm tired, man. Yeah, so you can see that his status has changed from good to tired. Persona 3 is kind of infamous for this. Essentially what will happen is now that Junpei's tired, if you go back to the entrance of Tartarus, then Junpei will be like, you know what, I'm gonna head back because I'm tired, and he'll just leave. And so you'll start like losing your party members essentially as the night progresses.
I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
And then you'll just be on your own. It's a hard knock life out there, I must say. I kind of want to get this thing analyzed, so I'm just gonna normal attack this guy. All right, don't kill him. Oh no, he used Agi. Oh, he still didn't kill him somehow. You know, I'm just gonna do it. I wanted to get a chance to do shuffle time. Oh, there goes Yukari.
This is not good. Takiba is fatigued.
Oh, another Apsaurus. Yeah, I'll pick that up. Pick up Apsaurus. Oh, now I'm tired. We just felt like dominoes. Take that experience. Alright, yeah, at this point I'm going to be trying to avoid going back to the entrance as much as possible. Just to get as much experience on everyone as possible.
It seems to have multiple weaknesses.
I finally was able to analyze Merciless Maya. So there's your breakdown if you were curious. High-tech sandals? You gotta take a look at those. Oh my god, reduce stumble. I don't think I've ever seen that before. What the heck? Low. I'll take it, I guess. Protagonist Kun is the most important. Ooh, I can get another pixie. Let's do it. Bam. Rubber Soul. We're getting all kinds of equipment lately. Ooh, Evade Fire. Evade Fire is interesting. Who could use that? I mean, not me in particular, but no one's weak to fire here. And I'm pretty sure that Junpei resists fire. So I'm going to give these to Yukari. Let's go with that. For me, really? Oh, you're so sweet. I got a new thing. We got the cup. This is something that will restore your HP by like a very tiny teensy amount. It's honestly like, it's not all that exciting like at all. Oh, I got a short sword out of that chest. Okay.
The enemy's weakness is fire.
I finally got Magic Hand analyzed. There's your little look-see.
The enemy's weakness is ice.
You got Obsessed Cupid.
It seems to have multiple weaknesses.
There's Muttering Tiara.
Attack again.
Here's a chance. Let's get him. Get back here, you son of a...
I can do it. Here's our chance for an all-out attack. Let me at him.
Holy crap. We just knocked this thing down 3 times in 1 turn. That's crazy. Oh my god, I also finally got yen from a chest or a briefcase. There's like, when you do get yen from a chest, it will be a random amount based on like what floor you're on, essentially. And I think this is actually pretty good for where we're at, so. Okay, so I actually wanted to go over how difficulty affects the game while I'm running around here. And I will, you know, actually go into detail about it rather than the vague, like, oh, it's a little bit harder, or whatever it is I said way back when we were choosing the difficulty for the first time. So, as you might expect, difficulty is pretty much entirely about combat, how it affects combat. I'm gonna have on the screen right now what the different things are that it affects that are actually different between all the different difficulties. I'm not gonna go over each and every single one of them. I'll tell you what all the categories are, but I'm not gonna like list out all the like what's changed, what's not. From top to bottom, we have damage dealt to down to foes, which is different. Damage received to the player or your party in general. Guard damage received. So if you use the guard command, how much damage you receive. Ailment and one-hit KO susceptibility, or like light and darkness attacks. You know, those types of insta-kill moves. And then critical hit susceptibility. How likely are you to take a critical hit? And the odds for you to be able to run when you're not under player advantage as well. Those are all of the like specifically combat oriented ones. There's also an effect on how much EXP is dropped. And then the real big problem that makes hard difficulty really annoying is compendium prices. So compendium prices, I do want to specifically call out. On hard, it's 4 times as expensive. 4 times. If you don't know what the compendium is because we haven't gotten there yet, don't worry, you will find out soon enough. It's rough. It's the sole reason, in my opinion, that hard actually really just sucks. You know, all the combat stuff being harder, whatever, it's not a big deal. It can be kind of annoying because you die really easily, but you know, you can work around that. It could even be kind of fun. Compendium prices being quadrupled. Whoo boy, that really it's a big hit to the old time sink that is just like a whole nother level of just like, I don't want to put up with that. Otherwise, EXP drop amount is actually the same between normal and hard, and it just gets like a little bit of a boost in easy at 1.2 times. So it's not a huge difference. The only other thing I really wanted to talk about also is the damage dealt to down foes. It's more on hard than it is on easy and normal, which are both 1.2x. Hard is 1.4x, and you might be like, oh wow, that's actually useful because you do more damage. True, but you also will take more damage when you're downed, which is why it actually like hurts you, right? So it's not fully just like a weird, oh, they're throwing you a bone here and it's to your advantage. Besides all that though, take a good look if you want. Otherwise, we'll just get on with it. Oh my god, I finally leveled up.
It seems to have multiple weaknesses.
And there is Trance Twins. That caps us off for all of the analyses to get at this point. Okay. Are you ready to return to the entrance? Yes, let's return. Roger that. Sorry, I can't take any more. I'm going back to the dorm. Sorry, dude, I'm beat. I'm going back to the dorm. Perhaps we should call it a day since you no longer have a full party. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They just like dip on you. And now it's just me and Mitsuru, which is my plan all along. So, you come here often? I'll stay here and provide support. Now, is there anything I can do for you? Check everyone's status. Everyone has left already. No one is here besides us. Should we stop for today? It's your decision. That's funny. Check progress? You don't look well. I recommend you get some rest. But I'll leave it up to you whether or not you return to the dorm. Okay. You've explored 14 levels in this tower. Please proceed as far as you can within Tartarus. Anything else? No. Yeah, that was a successful trip. I mean, we're not done yet, unfortunately, but I did, of course, get some yen, which we need quite a bit of yen. And, you know, I picked up some more personas, namely another Apsaris and another Pixie. I also got some gear and things like that. I think it went pretty well. Gonna save again. And now we're gonna go into the Velvet Room. We want to fuse another persona. Fuse. So this time we're gonna do Angel and Pixie. Get Aura Mitama. Do I want Patra? I don't know. That might be my only option. Looking like it. Imagine if I could get Garu. Whatever, I'm just gonna go with it. Doesn't really matter. Yes, I want to fuse this. You can see that instead of being like a shadow, it's now filled in. That's how you know you can actually fuse it. So yeah, we have a level 1 social link with the Chariot Arcana, of course. Let's fuse. I am Aura Mitama, the stalwart harbinger of thy victory. And we got a nice level up out of that. Alright. So that does it for our persona fusions. We're gonna leave. And at this point, I actually just need really to get money. So I'm going to go and grind for some money. I'm essentially just going to go through like the first few floors or so, or maybe the top few floors, depending on what I'm feeling like. I'm not really going to be battling anything. I'm going to be avoiding battles as much as possible. And I will ultimately touch base again once I have enough money. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. You see this gold shadow right here?
Teach it a lesson.
Wealth Hand. Yeah, Wealth Hand is pretty neat. Wealth Hand, actually, if you try to analyze it,
I'll attempt to analyze the
it's not gonna go the way you want it to, unfortunately. I think I'm actually gonna take Aura Mitama out for this.
a rare form. Don't let it escape.
It's essentially like the bosses. If you try to analyze, they'll be like, "Mer, we don't know anything about this thing." I'm just gonna bash it. I missed. Okay. So, also the deal with these things is that they don't attack at all. They'll just like either wait or they'll run. We're getting kind of lucky. And there we go. There's Wealth Hand. You can see it has 100 HP, 100 SP. And it's also level 1, interestingly enough. Alright, I need you to hit Aura Mitama. Oh my god. Yeah, it finally ran away. Well,
Right. Continue with the investigation.
maybe I'll be able to show off what it actually does one day. Gladius, a new weapon? Okay, well, I mean, we gotta check that out. We've been getting a lot of, like, basic weapons so far, but then we have Gladius. Oh my god, it gets you +2 luck? Strong versus Priestess, I kind of forgot about that. I mean, I'll take it. Luck is honestly kind of neat. Oh my god, I ran into another one. Something else you should know about these guys, these gold shadows, is that they have like an insanely perceptive range of being able to spot you, so you kind of have to like be like directly behind them. And I also like to walk slowly. I don't think it matters, but
That's a rare form. Teach it a lesson.
all right, come on, bro. Oh my god.
A rare form. Don't let it escape.
Bash its skull in. Oh. Something else I want to show is that in the skill menu, you can actually use your skill on yourself from here. So like I can heal myself outside of battle like that. Pretty neat. Oh my god, I'm running into a lot of these all of a sudden. What the heck? Where were all these when I had a full party? They just like didn't exist. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna use my normal weapon this time.
That's a rare form. Teach it a lesson.
I'm gonna try and rush. Oh, well, now I hit it perfectly easily. And then I fell. Okay.
All right. Continue with
That's
the
interesting.
investigation.
I found a rare treasure chest. Rugged Gita. Okay, let's take a look. No, that's Persona. Equip. Evade Strike. I mean, it gives you more evasion, but it, I mean, Reduced Stumble is so good. I think I gotta stay with Reduced Stumble for right now. Oh my god. Where are all these things coming from? And I can't kill any of them. That's like the worst part. He'll see me if I try to approach him. Come on, turn around, turn around. There you go. Eh.
That's a rare form. Teach it a lesson.
Alright, something else that I wanted to mention that I kind of forgot about is that you can see that it still says a question mark on its analysis, even though we've already analyzed it. That's just how they work. It's not going to change or anything like that. It's just for whatever reason.
A rare form.
Oh my god, I actually killed it.
A complete victory. Great job.
This is what happens if you kill it. You get a wealth coin. What's so exciting about a wealth coin? Well, and we take a look at it. Dusty old coin, it might be valuable. Similar to these Empress's masks. Essentially, it's just a really valuable thing that you can sell. Very good for making money, especially in the early game. Another Rugged Gita. Let's take another look at it. Evade Elect Medium? That's actually really, really good for Yukari because she's weak to electric. So we will take that for sure. Super secret technique number one. Let's say there's something in your way and you want to get out of the way. If you get a player advantage on it, you can just run from it. Guaranteed. And then it's gone. And you can get to whatever it is that you wanted to get to. crit rate up. Ooh, that's really nice. I'm gonna actually take that. Crit rate up is really good. Oh, that's a nice two-handed sword too. Alright, I found myself in a fun situation where there is a shadow latched onto me, and I can't get far enough away from it to un-aggro it. This is one of those times where you have to like incorporate some juking maneuvers, so we can get it to go all the way to the left here, and then kind of slip around it like that. You kind of have to, you know, play it as careful as possible. Okay. There we go.
I feel a strong presence.
Oh no.
It must be dead.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, do you hear that? And do you see that shadow that's like moving on the map? Moving. And there he is. There's our boy. Yeah, that right there, that's death. Death will seek you from across the map. He kind of shows up when there's no more like if you've been on a floor for a longer period of time than the game wants you to be, it'll be like, all right, we're gonna unleash the beast, and you don't want to fight this guy. This is also the guy that shows up if you choose a death card on shuffle time. He just like spawns in. If you are in the unfortunate situation where he does spawn in, because of how he works, he'll kind of like move across the map, right? If you go into a room that's like 4 tiles big, so it's like a bigger room, you can like juke him around in that room to get around him. Other than that, if he corners you, you're screwed. That's all there is to it. You could try to run, but more often than not, he'll just kill you. So, but yeah, that's what he looks like. He respects the staircase a lot though, which is quite nice. All right, see ya. I finally got to show what happens if a gold shadow spots you, just runs away and then disappears. Oh my god, I found a Juzumaru. I was looking for this actually. Take a look. It gives you plus 20 HP and it's the highest attack weapon we have. I'm not going to equip it, but cool nonetheless. And if you're playing along, you can get this easier later, but you will nonetheless need to get it. It can be found on a rare chest on the 4th floor or the 11th floor. So you might have to do a little bit of just running up and down the first few floors to get to the 4th floor if you don't want to avoid enemies. But with all that said and done, that is our first trip to Tartarus fully complete at this point. Just to do a little checklist here, I got a Juzumaru, which was like very specifically what I was going for. I got one of these. And then I also got, you can see down there, 50,000 yen. You actually don't need that much. My calculation is exactly 35,370. And take that number with kind of a grain of salt. It should be accurate, but you never know. I could have made a mistake. And also that is just the bare minimum to be able to do what you need to do to, you know, live normal life, as it were. If you want to be able to like buy things at the shops, then you're going to want more money than that, obviously. Also, I just would recommend giving yourself some padding, like an extra, like, you know, 5 to 10k, just in case. And then, finally, the persona list. These are the personas I currently have. This is actually important. you should make sure you have these personas on you. So with that, I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna be able to get out of here. Oh, and one more thing about the money. Make sure that you, if you're gonna try and skirt below the line, the number that I gave you for your bare minimum, by being like, well, I can just sell some items that I picked up. Make sure that you're very confident that you're gonna be able to sell things that you don't care about, such that you can make up the difference. You don't get like a ton of money for selling this early game stuff, and money is especially tight in the early game and kind of sort of hard to come by. So it's really annoying right now, but it'll get a little bit more easy in the future. But without further ado, let's go home. Return.